Hi, I'm Chris Hiley, the music product specialist with Zivix, the makers of the Jamstick, the smart guitar for your iPad, iPhone, and Mac. The Jamstick is the easiest way to learn how to play guitar, eliminating obstacles like tuning or trying to guess where your fingers are supposed to go. The Jamstick was created to make that experience of learning how to play fun, simple, and convenient. Our patented exclusive technology sees your fingers on the strings and displays them in real time on screen in our Jam Tutor app with interactive video and easy-to-follow cues. Many Jamstick users are up and running, playing their first chords within minutes of using our apps and hardware. The Jamstick retails for $299 at Apple stores in North America, the UK, and Australia, and is available online through Apple, Amazon, Brookstone, and Jamstick.com. Next month, we're adding more stores with Apple and going into musical instrument retail with Hal Leonard. If you want to start playing guitar and you want to have fun doing it, get yourself a Jamstick and start making music.
Welcome to today's Power Pitch. I'm Dominic Chu. You just saw the Jamstick pitch, so let's meet our panel. On set with us, Alicia Surratt, board member of the New York Angels. She advises and invests in over 24 startup companies. And from the Bay Area, David Wu, general partner at Mavron, a VC firm focusing on consumer startups. David also played bass professionally in a rock band for many years. And in Seattle, angel investor Nat Burgess, he's the president of Quorum Group, a firm involved with more than $7 billion in mergers and acquisitions, including deals with Google and Microsoft. Okay, Chris, you are now in the hot seat. Alicia, you get to go first.
So, Chris, talk to me about how many people at any given time are learning how to play guitar in the U.S. and what your typical customer looks like.
Gallup poll did a study back probably about 10 years ago where 80% of Americans reported that they would like to learn how to play a musical instrument. When we boil that instrument down, that data down, we take a look and see that guitar was the most iconic instrument of the 20th century. You've got to figure that a lot of people who aren't playing guitar, that's the instrument that they're going in to learn. Our user demographic so far kind of totals out like about 70% of our existing user base is purchasing the Jamstick because that's how they want to learn how to play guitar. And that demo kind of skews at kind of post-college male, but a lot of that's because we've targeted early adopters and tech fans.
David,
are you trying to disrupt the instrument, the guitar? Or are you trying to disrupt the music educator, or is this more of a complementary tool to use alongside of a music curriculum?
You know, we've always said that we're not out to replace guitar. People want to learn guitar. People are really excited about learning, and so we're just kind of moving with what our users are telling us that they want to do.
Now, Nat, you've got questions as well, right?
Given the fact that you're skewing towards education, I'm curious, at a $299 price point, I can buy 6 copies of Rocksmith, I can buy a Fretlight guitar, I can buy a pretty good entry-level guitar. As a beginning guitar player, how am I going to justify that price point? And is that reflecting cost of goods, or is that reflecting a deliberate strategy in the market?
The price point, too, you know, to some degree reflects a cost of goods, but the other side of it is that it is a musical instrument that has value, and you know we're positioning it with iOS systems. So if you're already in the iPad market, this is not your traditional accessory. This is something that is it is a musical instrument intended for you to learn music with.
David,
what have you found about the outcomes of novice or more advanced students using the program either by themselves or in conjunction with a comprehensive curriculum?
You know, our analytics show us they spend like 10 minutes on lessons, and then they spend a lot of time practicing what they're or applying what they've learned. You know, we get reports that they're transitioning to real guitars and finding that they're much more confident than they've ever been. And in some cases, it's because they've started with a real guitar and then got discouraged and walked away from it.
Okay, we heard what Chris had to say. Now we need to know if the panel is in or out. So, Alicia.
So here's what I like about the product. They have distribution in Apple, they've already had significant sales, and they also have a patented technology around finger sensing. However, I remain concerned about the $299 price point and whether it's for the mass market versus a very niche fan base. I suspect with new products over time, they'll have a broader audience, but for right now, unfortunately, I'm out.
Okay, David, what about you?
Anything that can reduce the barrier and friction and frustration of learning a new instrument is incredibly near and dear to my heart. At the same time, when I look at the breakout brands in music or in sports or in hobbies, people associate with the instruments that their heroes are playing with as opposed to a teaching tool. So I think it's a great idea, and I wish them great success, but I'm going to be out on the investment.
All right, so Nat, what about you?
You know, a plastic stick with a bunch of buttons on it, Guitar Hero, sold 25 million units. Rocksmith, serious learning tool, 1.5. I think the consumers have spoken. They want entertainment, not a serious tool. On the other hand, we all have a problem getting data into our devices. That's why TGIC has sold twice for $500 million. That's why Swipe was acquired for $100 million. Given the opportunity as a MIDI input device, I'm in.
All right, so Chris, that's 2 outs and 1 in. What's your reaction?
This has been a great experience, and we're just looking forward to seeing what the next 12 months brings us with Apple and other partners.
All right, well, thanks so much to Chris of Jamstick, and of course to our panel, Alicia, David, and Nat, and that is today's Power Pitch.